I play it back to that last week.
Mm-hmm.
I know one conversation we had on November the 30th for my son's birthday on our way to the mall to, actually, excuse me,
Mm-hmm.
December the 1st, when we were 3 days before she died. We were riding to the mall,
Mm-hmm.
and we were going to meet my son. We did meet my son and get his birthday gift. And she stated, we were talking about my second daughter, and I was like, well, you think I'm too hard on her? This is what I never shared this with anyone. This is going live, so my 22-year-old will hear this conversation.
Mm-hmm.
I said, am I too hard on her, Asia? I said, I know she's getting older. She's 21. I said, but do you think I'm too hard on her? I don't want to fuss with her all the time. I just want her to do this and do that. And, my daughter, Patty Fraser, just a college graduate.
Right.
Was discussing certain things with Asia about her.
Mm-hmm.
And Asia said, well, Mom, you just have to listen.
Mm-hmm.
And I said, huh? She said, Mom, you don't listen. And I said, what do you mean? She said, you just don't listen. And then I paused. So I said, I don't listen, Asia. She said, no, you don't. I said, do I listen to you? No. I said, well, I listen to you. And she said, no, you don't.
Mm-hmm.
So when she passed away, all I could hear is Asia saying, just listen.
Mm-hmm.
So that's the message that I want to get out there to the parents or guardians or spouse or loved ones, friends. Listen.
Mm-hmm.
Listen to your child. Listen to your friends. Listen to your mother.
Mm-hmm.
Just listen. Be that ear.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
And had I listened, I might have would have heard something that she was trying to say.
And you know what, Mrs. Williams, Mrs. I'm Mrs. Anita. So many times we play certain things back in our minds. But it brings me back to what my grandmother said. We never know when, we never know how. We may never, ever accept the why. But I know your child was an angel. And I know we want to scream and shout, and we even want to blame ourselves. But I don't believe that there was anything that you could have done. I'm not going to take away from this story, but I'm just going to share something because I relate. Because when my daughter passed, she was only 5.5 weeks old. But I kept playing in my mind if I didn't fall asleep. Then I was learning different things about when people pass away of SIDS or whatever, that you can thump the infant's feet. Different stickiness, may form from their mouth. And I kept playing with that. And I said, you know what? If I wouldn't have fell asleep, if I would have saw the stickiness from her mouth, I could have woke her up. I could have tapped her feet. But it's nothing that we can do because we were blessed to bear these angels in life. So I'm not going to, intercede anymore, but I just wanted to let you know that, do not go and think that there was something that you could have done. Her statement about listen, it may not been about her. I believe it's about what you're doing now. You are listening to people. You could have let that break you. You could have said, you know what, I'm mad. You know what? My child was taken away. I'm not doing nothing. To each his own. But you listened. You listened to your daughter's message. You listened to the Lord. Now you're sharing the story and you're listening to others. You're going into schools. You're doing walks. You're doing so many things. You're saving so many lives. And that alone, you have to listen. And that's what you're doing as it was commanded unto you. And I'm not gonna say nothing else, but that's just, and back to Asia, she, I feel, was taken, and she's an angel. But how did you come to that? How did you go from the nightmare of well, let's go back to what you were saying earlier. You were going through your own nightmare. So if you could explain that, and then also the nightmare with your daughter, explain what happened to you over that close span of time, where you were sharing about that car accident and that.
Well, 2 hours before I got the news about Asia, I got into a car wreck. My car was hit. I was going on track. I was going on highway. She was just on the cell phone. She hit me from the side. My car was totaled. My baby was in the car. Sent around 5 times. And I'm just praying that God, keep my baby. I didn't even pray for me. I was praying that God, please don't let me have my baby. I got out the car. Couldn't get the baby out. When I did get the baby out, I had to go to the hospital, and after the hospital, I went somewhere else, and then my sister, along with a few other people, Edith Red, it was Kaya, and some other people, they was walking towards me. I knew something happened. I thought something happened to my baby. I said, what happened to my baby? And my sister said, no, not the baby. So I asked, what happened to Kylie? What happened to Lexus? I said, nothing. And I named this girl, and my sister said, no, nothing. She didn't say nothing happened to your kid. She said nothing happened to Asia. Nothing happened to Kylie. Nothing happened to Lexus. Nothing happened to John. Just like that. And she said, I'm so sorry. She bust out crying. I looked over there, Red was crying. And everybody was just crying, and I'm just staring at him. And she said, I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. Asia said, I said, oh, what Asia? She said, Asia. I said, Asia, my daughter Asia? She said, yeah. I said, my daughter? She said, yeah. I said, what happened? Just like I'm talking to you, this is calm. She said, Asia killed herself. I said, I looked over and I said, Red, and Asia killed herself? And he said, she could say, yeah. And she did. And I looked at Edith, and Edith's son was murdered some years ago. And I said, Edith, could you help me? And she said, yeah, I'll help you. And we walked out where we was at, and I got in the car. And all I kept saying was, Asia, well, take me to her. Because I was still in shock. So we got over to Roger's house, and there was all these cops and test density, ambulance, and an ambulance, fire department, all kind of people. And there were so many people. And I said, got out the car, and I asked, where's my mom? Yeah. Okay. And my mom said, I said, where's my mom? Where's my mom? I kept asking for my mom. And I think she just said, I'm right here.
Mm-hmm.
But I couldn't see her. And I said, where's my mother? Where's my mother? And she grabbed me. All the time, my mother was standing right next to me. And I said, Mom, can you help me? And she said, yeah, I'll help you. And I said, what am I supposed to do? And she said, Missy, we're going to have to bury her because she's gone. I said, okay, but you're going to have to bury me when I finish burying her. Mm. And my mom told me, not to say that. And I just kept hearing everybody be strong, and I kept hearing people screaming and yelling.